Hello, coolers. Welcome to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the very latest. We are going to start with Mazraoui after earlier reports claiming how Bayern Munich are leading the race for Mazraoui. It is now reported that the 24-year-old defender rejects Barcelona offer in favor of Bayern Munich move. We are going to be discussing on that report as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking on this other transfer news, claiming that Barcelona face competition from Atletico Madrid for Uruguayan forward who plays for Benfica, Darwin Núñez. We are going to be discussing on that as well. Thirdly, talking about Robert Lewandowski, as numerous reports in Spain today have been claiming that the Bayern Munich striker is getting closer and closer to Barcelona signing. We are going to be discussing on that. And lastly, talking on this report claiming that manager Xavi Hernandez could bench two key players for Frankfurt vs Barcelona tomorrow in the Europa League. So guys, as we get right into those stories in much detail, please do well to subscribe to the channel. If you're a lover of FC Barcelona, if you haven't subscribed, give this video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. In a bitter blow for Barcelona, Ajax defender Mazraoui has reportedly rejected Barcelona's offer and is primed to sign for German giants Bayern Munich in the summer. Mazraoui, a product of Ajax Academy, is in the final few months of his contract with the Dutch giants and is attracting widespread interest from several clubs across Europe. Barcelona had emerged as one of his most ardent suitors, and until recently, it looked like Barcelona had the Moroccan international signing on a Bosman deal all wrapped up. However, Bayern Munich made a late push for his transfer and have seemingly succeeded in luring Mazraoui away from Barcelona. As per a report from Italian outlet Tutto Mercato, the 24-year-old right-back has rejected contract proposals from Barcelona and AS Roma and will join German champions once his current contract expires with Ajax. The report states that Bayern Munich tabled a lucrative contract offer worth around 10 million euros per season for the defender, which seems to have done enough to convince Mazraoui to snub the Catalan giants' advances. It will come as a blow for Barca, no doubt, considering the groundwork they had put in to secure the signing of the Ajax fullback. Mundo Deportivo does mention that while Barcelona may be set to miss out on Mazraoui, they continue to monitor the situation of Chelsea captain Cesar Azpilicueta closely. The 32-year-old also had a contract expiring on June 30, although it is believed that the Blues have triggered a one-year extension in his deal, with manager Thomas Tuchel also alluding to it in his recent interview. Despite that, there is a possibility that Chelsea will allow Azpilicueta to leave if he asks the club to do so. It remains to be seen if such scenario materializes. For now, though, if nothing goes wrong, Mazraoui will be snubbing Barcelona and joining Bayern Munich. Such a big blow for Barcelona, when you consider how Barcelona have been putting their efforts, of course, monitoring Mazraoui for such a long time. And out of a sudden, Bayern just entered the fray and snap him up. It's really sad, to be honest. I'm talking as a fan, and I know it was never a bad idea. It was never a bad idea for Barcelona going after Mazraoui to be that right back, But it's unfortunate, if report is to be believed, that Bayern have won the race for the player. All this is just the financial aspect. That's the honest truth. Bayern are better than us, as the report is claiming that Bayern offered 10 million euros to the player. And of course, we know Barca can't dare afford such an amount for Mazraoui. So that did enough to tempt him to go to Germany instead of coming to Barcelona. Anyways, it's not the end of the world. Barca can still go for other alternative. Of course, back in January, we quite remember there were other right backs strongly linked with Barca, talking about Nicolas Tagliafico of Ajax, Alex Grimaldo of Benfica. Of course, Barca will now go for those players to see how possible it will be for them to come to the Camp Nou in June. So enough of that. Moving on to the next story of discussion, Darwin Núñez stock continues to rise in European football after he scored his 28th goal for the 2021-22 season yesterday night against Liverpool. The Uruguayan international was on target, in that game in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. The 22-year-old has been enjoying a terrific campaign thus far, which has put him on the radars of a host of top clubs across Europe. Barcelona too have emerged as a potential suitor for a South American prodigy, with the Catalans looking to bolster their front line. While Erling Haaland and Robert Lewandowski are the priority targets for Barcelona, they are also identifying prospective alternatives in case they miss out on the Bundesliga marksman. Nunes to that end has emerged as an option that Barca are strongly considering. However, according to a report from Estadio Deportivo via Fichajes, Atletico Madrid have also shown a keen interest in signing Nunes, which could become a problem for Barcelona in their pursuit of the striker. The reigning Spanish champions are on the lookout for a replacement for veteran striker Luis Suarez and have seemingly narrowed in on his compatriot David Nunes as a target. Of course, the 22-year-old's agent, Edgardo La Salvia, has already admitted that his clan wishes to return to Spain, and he was recently spotted at the Wanda Metropolitano, which has served to fuel the speculations further. Nunes, who is valued at 40 million euros by transfer market, is likely to cost a significant fee given the form he has shown coupled with his age, the number of clubs interested, and the fact that he still has 3 years left on his contract with Benfica. As things stand, things are, looking up for Barcelona, in their pursuit of Lewandowski. So there is a chance that they might not have to go after Nunes, but if they miss out on signing the 33-year-old, Barca could be in for a transfer war with Atleti for Nunes come summer. Then on to the next story of discussion. As Barcelona continue to prepare for their crucial UEFA Europa League quarter-final clash against Frankfurt, there is some important movement happening off the pitch with regards to one of their transfer targets. The cover of Wednesday edition of Sport claims that Robert Lewandowski is getting closer and closer to signing for Barcelona from Bayern Munich. The 33-year-old is entering the final year of his contract with the record German champions and has his heart set on new challenge in his career. Barcelona, having given up their pursuit of Erling Haaland, have been focusing all their efforts on the Poland international of late. Fabrizio Romano recently reported that Barcelona had been negotiating with Lewandowski's agent Pini Zahavi over the details of his contract, even though there had been no direct channel of communication between Barcelona and Bayern. The Italian journalist had claimed that the striker was seeking a long-term contract from Barca. Building on that, Sport claims that the La Liga heavyweights have already held 2 separate meetings with the former Borussia Dortmund hitman's representatives. It also states that Lewandowski is firm on wanting a 3-year contract, while adding that Bayern Munich have not given up their hopes of retaining him. Indeed, the Bundesliga champions are believed to have tabled a contract offer for the Poland captain. Nonetheless, it still seems like things are moving swiftly for Barcelona in their pursuit of the prolific goalscorer who has already plundered 45 goals in the ongoing campaign. Despite being 33 years old, Lewandowski has continued to perform at an elite level without showing any signs of slowing down. Then on to the final story of discussion. The quarter-final stages of the 2021-22 UEFA Europa League will kick off on Thursday night, and Barcelona will be in action at the Deutsche Bank Park, where they will take on Bundesliga outfit Eintracht Frankfurt in the first leg of their last 8 tie. Having made it through to this stage after overcoming tricky opposition in Napoli and Galatasaray, Barca are one of the favorites to go all the way in the tournament this season and win. While a late tilt at the La Liga title is still somewhat possible, the Europa League represents Xavi Hernandez and co.'s best chance of winning the trophy this season. Despite that, it will not be surprising to see Xavi make some changes to his strongest lineup on Thursday. The 42-year-old tactician had hinted prior to the game against Sevilla that he will rotate his players in order to keep everyone fresh and utilize the full depth of his squad. And coming up against an opponent like Frankfurt, who have not won any of their last 4 games in all competitions and were held to a draw by bottom club Grucker, fourth in their most recent Bundesliga encounter, could be an opportunity for Xavi to rotate. While Pedri has been in sublime form of late, it is important for Xavi and co to look after the teenage midfield prodigy, especially given his injury issues in the early part of the ongoing campaign. The Spaniard has fairly involved during the international break and played the full 90 minutes against Sevilla, so while it might not be a popular decision, it could be a sensible call by Xavi to give Pedri a breath on Thursday, especially with a talent like Gavi ready to step in for the 19-year-old. Another player who could be rotated is Pedri's compatriot Ferran Torres. The Spaniard has played over 120 minutes during the international break and was on the field for the entirety of the game against Sevilla, during which his finishing was suspect once again. With Adama Traore waiting in the wings, it might be a good time for the manager to hand the on-loan Wolf winger an opportunity from the start in place of Torres. He will likely line up on the right flank with Ousmane Dembele shifting out on the left. Elsewhere, Sergio Dest has been ruled out of that contest, and Ronald Arago is likely to slot in as right back as Dani Alves is ineligible for the Europa League. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.